Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. So in this tutorial we will see some examples based on the function that we have already done. Okay, so we will see how to determine or how to calculate the domain of any kind of function. Okay, so we have already seen square function, square root function, cubic function, and integral function, fractional function, and modulus function. So based on that we will see some examples. Okay, so I'm taking an example like this. Here it is written like integral part of square root of x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. Now we have to calculate the domain of this function. Okay, so we have to calculate, that means we have to calculate the values of x for which this function is defined or curve is defined. Okay, so we know if the curve is like this, then the graph of this function will be like this, y x will be like this. Okay, and domain will be root x greater than or equals to 0. Inner portion of the square root will be greater than or equals to 0. It will not be negative. If it will be negative, then that function will become imaginary, so it is not possible. So we are taking the reference as a y equals to square root of x to calculate the domain of this function. Okay, so inner portion should be greater than or equals to 0 to make the this function definable. Okay, so what we will do, inner portion, that means x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3 should be greater than or equals to 0. Then only it will be definite. We can calculate the values of y. If inner portion of the square root is negative, then it will become negative, imaginary, so it is not possible as far as the real functions are concerned. So we are talking about the real functions and single valued function. So here this y is y is dependent variable and x is independent variable. Okay, so this is single valued function and a real function. Okay, so we have extracted an inequality as far as the domain of this function is concerned. Okay, so what we will do, we will plot these points 1, 2, 3. These are the points of inversion. I have already told about what are the points of inversion. Points of inversion will be the root, maybe the root actually, but will be the point at which the whole function will change its sign. So if as far as this x equals to 1 is concerned, I'm saying that this 1 is the point of inversion. Then what will happen? If we are taking the values of x greater than 1, then this portion will be positive. But this if we are taking less than 1, then this portion will be negative. So x minus 1 factor is itself changing its sign at x equals to 1. Okay, so x equals to 1 will be the point of inversion. Similarly 2 and 3 will be the points of inversion. Okay, so what we will do, we need to calculate the values of x for which this inequality is satisfying. So what we will do, we will check for the rightmost reason whether it is positive or negative. If we are taking x greater than 3, greater than or equals to 3, greater than 3, what will happen? This factor will be positive. If we are taking x greater than 3, this will also be positive, this will also be positive. So this will also be positive. So overall all the factors will be positive. So I can say this reason will be positive. Now we will go alternatively positive negative as far as the points of inversions are concerned. That means for each and every point of inversion, alternate positive and negative will go. Okay, we will go as a alternate positive and negative, positive negative, positive negative. Okay, now we need to choose the values of x for which the whole function is greater than or equals to 0. This portion we will take the equality, we will take this 3 also. Okay, and this portion 1 and 2 we are including. So what will happen? values of x will be in close bracket 1 to 2 union bracket 3 to infinity. Okay, so these are the this is the domain of this function. Similarly, we can find the domain of any kind of function. Okay, so we need to know basic function of any complicated function, then only we can find the domain and range of the function. Okay, so if as far as the range is concerned, it will be very difficult actually to find the range of this function, because we don't know the graph of this function, because this is not the standard graph. Okay, but we know how to calculate the domain of the function. Okay, so here is the domain of the function. Now I am taking next example. Here domain we have to calculate. So in the next function, I have taken one more example. Square root of x minus 1 cube, x minus 2 5, x minus 3 4, x minus 6 8. Okay, we need to calculate the domain of this function. Okay, this function will be defined if and only the inner portion is greater or equal to 0. That means x minus 1 whole cube, x minus 2 whole 5, x minus 3 whole 4, x minus 6 whole 8 should be greater than or equal to 0. Then only this function will be defined and real value function. Okay, so we need to solve this inequality to find the values of x. Okay, so here 1 2 3 4, I mean there are number of factors, but here points of inversions are here odd value, because x equals to at x equals to 1, this portion will change its sign, because square will not let this factor, and as far as this factor is concerned, the square, I mean even power of this factor will not let this factor positive or negative. It will be always positive. Okay, so this will not at x equals to 3, this factor will not change its sign. So we need to leave the positive values of x, I mean square values of x. Okay, so only points of inversion will be x equals to 1, 2, and 3 and 6 will be only the root of this function. Okay, not the points of inversion, because at x equals to 3, this will always be positive, whether we are going beyond 3 or less than 3. Okay, and if we are taking x greater than 6 or less than 6, this will also always positive, so this will not change its sign. Okay, this will always be positive, this will also always be positive. Okay, this only these factors will change its sign, because there is odd power. 3 and 5 are the odd powers. Okay, so points of inversions are 1 and 2. Now what we will do, we will plot 1 and 2. With that, what will happen, we will plot 3 and 6 also, but 3 and 6 are not the points of inversion. So 1 2 3 6. Okay, now these are the points of inversion. We will focus only 1 and 2. Now as far as this region is concerned, if we are taking the values of x greater than 2, what will happen? This portion will be positive, this portion will also be positive. These are the factors that will be always positive. Okay, so this region will be positive, this will also positive, this will be also positive. Now at each and every points of inversion, inequality sign of the equality sign will change. Okay, positive, negative, positive. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Now what we will do, we need to calculate the values of x for which this equality is satisfying. So we will take x equals to 1 also, we will take. Okay, so because these are the reasons for plus. Okay, so values of x will be minus infinite to 1, union 2 to infinite. So this is the domain of this function. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, so in the next example we will see y is equals to integral part of x minus 4 minus 3. Okay, so we need to calculate the domain of this function. What we will do, we will simply put this portion as greater or equal to 0. That means out of x minus 4 minus 3 greater or equal to 0. That means we know the property of integral function. If it is given like x plus I, then if I is integer, then it will I will come out simply like this, integral part of x plus I. So here 4 is integer. So what we will do, integral part of x minus 4 minus 3 greater or equal to 0. Integral part of x less greater than or equal to 7. Okay, so we will use the property x greater than or equal to 7. So I know that integral part of x lesser or equal to n, then x greater than or equal to n. So this is the property. So with that we can find x greater than or equal to x is greater than or equal to 7. So this is the domain of this function. Okay, so domain of this function will be like this. So simply if we take some more examples like this. Like this, I'm taking this function. Okay, now I have to calculate the domain of this function. So what I will do, I will simply put this portion as positive. 1 minus x square should be greater than or equal to 0. That means x 1 minus x 1 plus x greater than or equal to 0. I mean x plus 1 x minus 1 less or equal to 0. So minus 1 1, positive negative positive. That means you need to take negative values. So this portion, that means x should be greater than less or equal to 1, greater than or equal to minus 1. Now I have calculated this portion for this. Now I know x square will be always positive, and x is lying in between minus 1 to 1. That means for each and every value of x for this domain, 1 minus x square will always be less than 1. Okay, I hope it is clear. For example, if I am taking a value of x in between this, like minus like 0 or like 1 by 2 or like minus 1 by 2, then what will happen? 1 minus 1 by 4 or 3 by 4. Inner portion will become 3 by 4. It will always be positive. This portion is positive. So this portion will be always less than 1. Okay. So for this range, 1 minus square root of 1 minus x square will always be positive. So positive or greater than or equal to 0. So similarly this portion, but will be less than 1. Less than 1. Okay. So similarly for this portion is less than 1. So 1 minus this portion less than 1 means similarly recurring of this series will happen. Okay. So if this portion is less than 1, I am telling you again, then again this portion will be less than 1. Okay. 1 minus less than 1 will be always less than 1. Now under root of less than 1 will be always less than 1. Now 1 minus less than 1 again will be less than 1. Again less than 1. So overall for this range, this function will always be definable. Okay. So the values of x for which true. So values of x for which this function is defined will be x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Okay. So I hope it is clear. So this will be the domain of this function. So in the next tutorial we will see some more examples. Till then, thank you guys.